Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy VIII. When we last left off, we rescued Rinoa from space, and out of nowhere, a fucking airship, the Ragnarok, came. And we landed in the airship, and we cleared it out from all these propagators, and we landed back on Earth, where we find out that Rinoa is a sorceress, and they come and take Rinoa away, and they take her to the sorceress memorial. And now we're going to decide we're going to go rescue Rinoa from the Sorcerer's Memorial. And we now have our own airship, the Ragnarok. Now the best thing to do here is, now that we have this, is you go to the main map and you can actually have an autopilot. So we can just sit here and chill and autopilot you all the way to where you want to go. So let's autopilot to the Sorcerer's Memorial to go rescue Rinoa. So let's just land here, and let's enter the Sorcerer's Memorial to rescue Rinoa. Because we now know Rinoa's a sorceress, and she's possessed by Ultimecia. And she's possessed by Ultimecia, and she wants to get rid of her sorceress powers before Ultimecia can do her plan. So, and yeah, we get into a battle here, so that's not be too bad. We need some battles anyway, because we need to get a couple out of this. Oh yeah, I forgot to do a couple things. There's something to do. I forgot to set all the I forgot to set up a party. Oops. Well, we'll take care of that real quick after we finish up this. As we take care of this, we'll set up the party. I forgot to do that. There's one out of the way, and then we've got to get this stupid guy out of the way. But when it's closed, it has high defense, so that's the only bad thing about this thing. I don't think it attacks though when it's closed, so. There we go. I need to set everybody up with GFs and junctions and stuff, so I forgot about that. Zell leveled up and Squall leveled up. We got a healing mail and 4 AP, Carbuncle leveled up, and a Mona leveled up. How close are we to get to what I want to get? Real quick. Alexander. 94 out of 120, so we're close. Alright, so what we're going to do is I'm going to junction everything off of Rinoa, and I'm going to junction everything off of Squall. That way we can 4, 8, 12, Quetzalcoatl, Shiva, Alexander, and Pandemona on Squall. And there we go. And we'll put HP plus 20 on him. Now for Quistis, we'll do Ifrit, Siren, Carbuncle, and Tonberry. Put her on as Magic also. Put her as Magic, GF, Draw, HP plus 20, Strength plus 60, and Move 5. And then for Zell, since he's in my party, we'll put him the last 4 on, Brother, Step, and Cerberus. Put him on for attack 2. Magic, GF, Draw, Mug, HP plus 20, and Strength plus 60. There we go. Now we're all set. Now we're going to enter this building right here. And there's a hidden draw point. We'll do that on stop. We'll put that on Quistis. And let's see the guards go. You want to see your comrade off? I'll make an exception. Go ahead. And thanks to them, we will be able to enter the Sorceress Memorial. And there she is. Aww. Here we are. What are you doing here? This is a restricted area. To do what I should have done earlier. I never know unless I do it. What are you talking about? I know what I want and what I have to do. There's still a chance. I'm not going to look back. I'm taking Renoa with me. What? You must be joking. It's too late. Oh God, twist this. And go, Squall. Here we need to go west. Get as close to Renoa as we possibly can. Renoa! Renoa, hold on. I'll get you out in a sec. What am I supposed to do? Come on! He's just gonna bust it up. He doesn't care. Renoa's probably not gonna be too happy about this though, but oh well. It is what it is. Oh, remember the scene from the very beginning of where at the very beginning intro? There it is. Aww. And we get hugs. We get hugs. Squall gets a hug. We all get hugs. Hugs, hugs, hugs. Hugs, 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 Daddy. Hugs. Hugs, Daddy. Okay, I'm done. Squall, don't. I'm a sorceress. I don't care. Renoa, Squall. Let's go. We get hugs. Hugs, Daddy. So, there we go. We now rescue Renoa. Easiest rescue ever. Oh, this doesn't look good. Who are you? Who are you? That man. Gee, if you haven't figured out who it is by now. I've seen him before. Y'all gotta be crazy. Somebody who can't talk. Gee, I gave you 3 guesses on who that was. It was Ward. What's wrong with Noah? I'm just a little embarrassed. Why? Why?
I was so set on staying arrested. But then when you guys rescued me, it made me so happy and...
No need to be embarrassed.
Yeah, happy is good. Thanks, everybody.
Squall, you're awfully quiet. What's up? I have a lot on my mind.
As an expert Squall observer, he's thinking, what do we do now? Blah, blah, blah. If you think and worry too much, everything tends to turn bad.
That's true.
Squall, why don't we just picture a brighter future?
Whatever. But seriously, what do we do from here? I'm not really sure, but... Don't we have to do something about that lunatic Pandora and Esther? After all, the Galbadians are controlling it. Which means Cypher's behind all this too, right? Yep. Cypher is Ultimisia's puppet. Yep. Yeah, and that Ultimisia. You can't let that sorceress from the future mess up our world. Let's go kick her ass. We're seeds. We're here to destroy sorceresses, right? No! This is sorry. Yeah, that was the wrong thing to say around Manoa. So, Squall, where are we going? How inconsiderate can you be, Zale?
Can we go to the orphanage you guys were talking about in Tradia? That place is in shambles. There's nothing to see there. I want to stay away from places where there are lots of people. I'm a sorceress. If Ultimisia possesses me again...
Let's go. Head to Adia's house. Alright, so that's our next goal. We're going to head to Adia's house. And with the autopilot, it's going to be nice and easy. So now we just go over here and let's just float our way over to Dia's house. Yeah, you gotta love autopilot. Autopilot is so nice. I'm just sitting here chilling, talking to you guys. And it's doing all the work for me! So. I mean, I can technically fight her myself, because here in a little bit, I'm going to have to start finding a place for myself, because after this part, we get to our next batch of side quests, but luckily it's going to be our last batch, too. We got plenty of side quests to do, but we're going to be wrapping up a lot of side quests here pretty soon. So. Man, I want to get, hi, Angelo. Angelo went this way, so let's follow Angelo. We've never been to this part of the orphanage before. Hey, Angelo. What's up? Oh. Sorry. About what? I'm sure you want that to. I'm sure you want to be alone with her. So, Squall, I never thought you were the romance. You know. I'll go get Renoa.
Squall, you just stay right here.
Hi, Angelo. So, what should I talk about when Renoa gets here? Nothing about the sorceress, huh? I'm sure she's trying not to think about it. Who cares if she's a sorceress, right? You don't care either, do you? No? Oh no, it's just Renoa. Hello. Let's talk to Renoa.
What will become of me?
Don't worry about it. There have been many good sorceresses. Adia was one. You can be like her.
But Adia still, I can't guarantee anything either. If ultimately possesses me again. You saw me. She controlled me in outer space and made me break a Del seal. What might happen next time? What will I end up doing? Will I end up fighting everyone? Scary thought, isn't it?
Renoa, you're gonna end up as the whole world's enemy. I'll be your knight and shining armor.
If I fall under enemy control again, Steve will come kill me, right? And the leader of the Steed is you, Squall. Squall's sword will pierce my heart. I guess it's okay if it's you, Squall, nobody else. Squall, if that ever happens...
That's enough! I'll never do anything like that. The sorceress I'm after is not you, Renoa. My enemy is the sorceress from the future, Ultimecia.
Ultimecia lives in the future and wants to possess with me. She uses my body as an extension of this world. How will you save me?
I'll come up with something. There's gotta be a way. Don't worry, trust me. On my last video.
I trust you. Well, until you find a way, maybe. Maybe I should stay in Esther at that memorial. Wouldn't that be better?
I'll be right back. Okay, guys, we're back. I'm sorry about that. Miss Linda came home and she went to go grocery shopping and she forgot her wallet at home, so she was telling me a few things real quick. Anyway, wouldn't that be better? And he goes, no, that'll be pointless. I'll just end up going after you again. Renoa, just stay close to me.
Oh, those words.
What?
That's what started everything.
What are you talking about?
You don't remember?
Something I said?
Oh, just forget it.
No, it's because of the GF. That's why I forgot.
That's just an excuse.
Feeling better?
Yeah. Can I tell you a story? I had a dream. It was a scary dream. We made a promise. We promised to see shooting stars together. I got dressed up and you put on your ring. But the thing is, I can't remember where I was supposed to meet you. I start to panic. I really want to see you, Squall, but I don't know where to go. I start running through the mountains, the desert, the plains, through Timber, Balam, and Galbadia. When I realize I can't run any longer, I just want to see you so badly. So I screamed, Squall, where are you? Then I woke up. I was crying. I'm sorry, you don't have to say anything. I just felt like I had to tell you.
It was just a dream. Yeah? It doesn't mean anything. Don't worry about it.
I guess you're right.
How about this? I'll be here. And Renault's like, uh-huh.
Why?
The reason why you couldn't find me is because we haven't been promised yet.
Promised?
I'll be waiting for you. If you come here, you'll find me. I'll promise.
I'll be here too. It's a promise. Thanks, Squall. Next time we'll meet for sure.
Whoa! Sorry to interrupt, but it's an emergency. We got radio contact from Esther's presidential palace. They have a plan to beat Ultimecia. They want to hire Seed to execute it. Might be a trap to get Noah back into Esther. Oh, and the guy we spoke to, his name's Kyros. Yeah! Could he be that Kyros? Kyros is Esther's presidential palace. He wants to hire us. All right, let's go. So yeah, we've got Kyros now, of course. And now we got Adia over here.
Squall, you were always looking for your love with tears in your eyes.
Yep, sorry about that, but...
Squall!
What? What do you want?
There's something I must tell you. It's about me.
We know.
Yes, I believe it was 13 years ago. This is where my story begins. I've been first given a sorceress when I was a child, and once again 13 years ago. That day right here, I encountered a sorceress on the verge of death. I received her powers of my own will. That sorceress was an entity of fear for my children. I could not let her get to them, but this turned out to be the beginning of my painful story.
We figured out how she became a sorceress.
At the very minute, my bitter story has ended, and now understand that there is an end, no matter how painful it may be. Therefore, Squall, you must fight to the end, even though it may be tragic to others.
Well,
Now go, Squall.
okay, bye-bye. So now we have to go meet up with the Esther president, and the Esther's aide is Kyros? Maybe? If it's that Kyros. So let's head to Esther, which is way right here. So another autopilot. Gotta love the autopilot. What I might do off screen is just take care of a couple of enemies to get what I need to get to the next summon. And I'll show off the next summon, how to get the next summon on the next video before we start off all these side quests. There's a place you can get AP really quickly. I only need like a couple of those enemies to get the AP I need, so I mean, that doesn't really matter. You have to make sure it says right there on Esther Air Station, and once we enter, we're good to go. Now we've got a plan to meet the Esther Air Station, and the plan finally going to meet this Esther president and find out what our plan is to beat Ultimecia. But how can we beat Ultimecia when she's way out in the future? But I guess we'll find that out before long. So here we're going to head south, then here head north. Basically we're heading back to the presidential palace to where we were at when we last time we were in Esther. So. And then head north again. Head north again. And basically all the way back to the palace. So, we got somebody running here. I can run faster than you. Why is everybody running around in Esther so much anyway? Oh well. Anyway, we're back at the palace. So we didn't meet the president last time, but this time we're finally going to meet the president.
I got the dog food. How?
Oh yeah, just coffee cup. Just keep it. Yep. Like coffee.
So just a coffee can each?
Yeah.
Basically a full bowl.
Yeah.
Alright.
Sorry about that. Okay, now it's fine. Enter the palace, and we're going to finally meet this president, whoever this president may be. Whoever this president may be, we're going to finally meet him. We also got Kyros around, so Ooh, this ought to be interesting. I wonder what the president's like. Apparently, he wants to hire a seed, and he finds he must be a smart guy to have a plan to defeat, to get through, to beat Ultimecia. So let's go up in here and west. We haven't been over here before, but this is the presidential suite over here. So west, and here we are. The president is waiting. The president is waiting. Ladies and gentlemen, let's find out who this president is. Let's finally meet this president. Ward. Kiros. And that's probably... Take a wild guess on who the president could be. If there's Ward and Kiros there, that means the president should be... What's up with this country? Oh, sure. Hey there! It's Laguna! Been wanting to meet you guys. You guys are the ones who are inside my head, right? Alone told me. It was like there was another kind of waves running through my head. They gave us so much power during battle. We thought there were some kind of fairies flying over us. So I'm Laguna, President Laguna Loy of Esther. Pleased to meet you. If I went in a state of emergency, I'd talk to you some more, Boyle, but whatever, let's talk. What do you want to know? We've got a bunch of stuff to talk about. You'll never get going if President Laguna keeps talking. Why don't you guys throw out some questions and you'll try to answer them. That's fine. So now let's talk to Laguna. And, man, you look way too serious. Whatever. Ask him first, where's the loan? What the heck has he done with his life? Don't you wonder? When Alone was about 2, there was a massive hunt for girls in Esther. Esther soldiers came to Wind Hill and Elle's parents restricted. They were killed on the spot. The massive hunt was to find the sorceress, successor for Esther's ruler, Sorceress Adele. Alone was raised by Rain, who lived next door, and I came to know her. Then there was another massive hunt for Sorcerer and Esther again. Elle was taken away even though I was there. It's the most painful episode of my life. So I rescued her and sent her off to Wind Hill. Shortly after that, Rain died. And Alone was sent straight to an orphanage. Why don't you go back to Wind Hill with her? I wanted to, but I had my reasons. I found out about this afterward, but the reason why Alone had to leave the orphanage because of her special power, which makes sense. Doc Odin wanted to do research on Alone's special powers. He looked for her everywhere. The owner of the orphanage was Sid, Kramer, and his wife Adia. You know them better than I do. Yep. The Kramers took Elle out of the orphanage to protect her. They prepared a big ship to accommodate her. Gracious of them, huh? After a while, the ship turned into another orphanage and Elle looked after all the kids. She said her life on the ship was a happy one, but who knows? I don't know how she could have been happy on the ship. She was on the ship for over 10 years. The ship was attacked by Galbadia recently. Esther's ship rescued them and she finally met up with me. It was pure luck that we found her. I was out in space at the time. Alone followed me out to space. Little Elle was all grown up. Then she told me everything. Did she get back safely from space? Our escape pod rescue team was a little late. Alone was taken into custody by Galbadia. She's inside Lunatic Pandora. So we did not get her in time. She's inside Lunatic Pandora, but she's Cypher has her. We're going to rescue her. Help us out, okay? Phew! So let's see. Now we're going to ask her, what are you doing here? You know what I've been doing all my life, right? You were a silly Galbanian soldier. I didn't like your attitude at all. I understood the bond between the three of you. Then you changed after you went to Wind Hill. Then Alone was adopted by Esther and he went on a journey to get Alone back. You wrote articles and appeared in movies to get by. You were trying to find a way to get to Esther. You somehow got into Esther and rescued Alone. I got a lot of help along the way. What I don't understand is, are you the president? Want to know? It's a long story. Yeah, let's hear it. You want to hear it? Really? Okay, I'll tell you. I only set out to rescue Alone, but of course that wasn't the end of the story. The country ruled by Sorceress Adele and ingenious Inhumane Odin. Both of them were interested in Alone. We couldn't just pack up and leave. So now we get to hear the story of how Laguna became president of Esther for some strange reason. Adele will be angry. Our search will be kaput. Odin only thought about his research. Uh-huh. Of course. And of course, Ward's keeping them in check. And alone running. But while researching under Adele's orders, he was still making many inventions. What kind of inventions? There was a device to steal magic sealing facility. Maybe Adele could be defeated. I owed a big favor to the Adele resistance to help me rescue alone. Yeah, remember that. So, well, remember there was no the Adele resistance. I spoke with my comrades. 2 issues came up. First, stopping the crystal pillar from calling monsters from the moon and destroying everything, like what happened in Sintra. Second, freeing Esther from Adele's hands. We planned and planned based on my brilliant ideas, of course. Brilliant ideas, my ass. I'm pretty sure you didn't have any brilliant plans. We're back in the Lunatic Andor Research Facility. There was only one goal. To rescue alone. Or defeat Adele. Pretty sure that was the... So now we're seeing some of the stuff from the dream. The last dream that we had. We're not going to have any more dreams, by the way. Following Odin's instructions, we operated the panel and moved the crystal pillar. We set the course on the stop point in the ocean and goodbye! Whoa! So that's how they moved the crystal pillar, and Lieutenant Pandora reacted to the crystal pillar and it sank in the ocean. Which, that's actually a pretty good plan. That was easy, but we were found out. So we gathered for our final battle to lure Adele. So that's how they sank the Lunatic Pandora, which is actually a pretty genius move if you think about it. And there's Adele. Adele appeared as we expected. What is going on? We hunted down the culprit who moved the crystal pillar. Where? Inside there, Alone's been taken hostage. So they made a... I knew she would go in right away if I mentioned Alone. So they used Alone as bait. It's actually a pretty genius move by Laguna. So, and you thought I would fall for that trick? Adele realized that Alone was a hologram, but it was too late. Yeah, of course. My plans are always... perfect! Kiro's Ward, now! And that's what happened. Ha ha ha, piece of cake. And that's how they captured Adele. Adele was careless. She may be a sorceress, but after all, she was human. We succeeded, but we couldn't keep such a dangerous sorceress around as a trophy. Then they launched her into space. That makes sense. We had to do something. So, we decided to send her far, far away. Like Star Wars? A galaxy far, far away? No, that's a different series. Someplace very far into outer space. So that's how they got into outer space, and they used the Ragnarok to do it. Which makes actually pretty good sense. And they sent Adele into space, and then after that, she became the president of Esther because they saved him from Adele's tyranny. Makes sense. And that about wraps that part up. But the real work began after that. A fierce debate ensued about who should govern the city after Adele was gone. I wasn't paying close attention while they made me up to be the hero of the revolution and ended up being president. Odin made a lot of noise about wanting to do research on Alone. It was a mistake to send Alone back to Rain. Rain died and Elle was sent to the orphanage. If only I'd gone to Windhill with Elle, I would have been able to see Rain one last time. Rain was dead, Alone missing, my job kept me busy. I was left here thinking about this and that, and before I knew it, all this time had passed. Well, that's about it. So now let's ask him about, let's ask him about Rain. Rain's story some other time, maybe. No, I can't. It's far too much. It's too much for me to remember. So we can't really ask him about Rain. Now that's new to plan to defeat Ultimacia. Straight to the heart of the matter, just like a workaholic seed. Easy, my turn? Hey, Dr. Odin. Yeah, make it short and easy to understand. I will talk however I want. And Sorceress Edea told me everything. Sorceress Ultimacia comes from the future to possess the sorceress from present day, which meaning she leaves her body in the future and sends only a consciousness here, which we've gathered so far. Does that sound familiar to you? Yes. It's like when Alone sends our consciousness back to the past. You're a smart one. My first guess was that someone in the future with an ability like Alone was sending the sorceress back here to our time. But no, that is not the answer. Does the sorceress come back to this time? You want to hear how? Yes. Egg. I kept this a secret to surprise you. Is it because of me, Odin? I researched Alone's power long ago. I made a pattern from the electric current running from through Alone's brain. Once the pattern was determined, it was easy to mechanize. It may only be a toy right now, but in the time of Ultimacia, it is an impressive working machine. Which means there is a machine which imitates Alone's power. It is I who made the first model of that machine. I named the machine Junction Machine Alone. Okay? It's a wonderful thing to know that my invention is used in the future. Junction Machine Alone. That's about it. So Sorceress and Ultimacia came to know about Alone from that machine. Yep. And Elle became Ultimacia's target. You can't blame Odin. It's useless. You want to go outside, you want to fisticuffs. Okay, we continue the story. Let's see. There is only one way to defeat Ultimacia, and you must kill her in the future. There is nothing we can do unless we go to the future. How do we get to the future? There is no way to jump to the future under normal circumstances. But there is still a way. It is because Sorceress Ultimacia plans to compress time. Compressing time with magic. So what good would it do for the sorceress to compress time? There may be many reasons, but it doesn't matter. Let's just figure out what Ultimacia is up to. In order for Ultimacia to exist in this time, she must take over the body of a sorceress from the present, but she currently has Renoa. But the machine must have a limit. Ultimacia probably needs to go back further in time to achieve time compression. Only Alone can take her back further into the past. That is why she is desperately seeking her, so if she uses Alone, she can grab her consciousness and move it to the past. We must take advantage of Alone's power. There are two sorceresses in our time, Sorceress Noah and Sorceress Adele. Of the two, Adele is not awakened yet. Once regeneration is completed, neither Laguna or I will be safe. Sorceress Adele is probably in the process of waking inside Lieutenant Pandora. Ultimacia will want to possess Adele if Adele wakes up. That would be a horrible event. Adele is a horrible sorceress. She probably wants to possess Adele because she's probably the more powerful of the two. Adele's consciousness wins over Ultimacia. Adele will first destroy this era. But we must use Sorceress for Noah to inherit Ultimacia's powers. That is all for the mission briefing. First, go to Lieutenant Pandora. Alone's probably being held captive inside, so rescue her first. Then kill Sorceress Adele before the awakening process is completed. Now we only left with Renoa as the only sorceress of this era. Then wait for Ultimacia to possess Renoa. Then when Ultimacia arrives, it's Alone's turn. Alone will send Renoa's back to the past with Ultimacia. Alone will have to send Renoa and Ultimacia inside another source which she knows in the past. Adele and Adele, that is up to Alone. Once Ultimacia is in the past, she will use the time compression magic. You will see some influence here. I don't know what kind of influence, but once Alone feels it, she'll cut Ultimacia and Renoa off from the past. Renoa will come back to this world, Ultimacia will go back to her own world. That would be what would be left is the time compressed world. Past, present, and future will all get mixed together. You will keep moving through the time compression towards the future. Once you're out of the time compression, that will be ultimately this world. It's all up to you after that. So let me put this in a nutshell. Basically, Ultimecia found out about a loan from a junction machine that a dude made, and she used that machine to send her consciousness to the present. And she's going to right now she's going to try to possess Adele. If we defeat Adele, the only source that she'll have left to possess will be Renoa. Then once she possesses Renoa, Ultimecia alone will send Renoa and Ultimecia back to the past and possess Adele or Adia in the past. And once all that happens, she'll cut off Adele and Ultimecia and Renoa from the past and send Renoa back to the present and Ultimecia back to the future. And time compression will happen. And while time compression is happening, we'll go through the time compression world, eventually make it to the future to Ultimecia's world, and ultimately defeat Ultimecia. Did y'all get all that? Good. So you're briefed about the mission. I don't really understand it either. Will you do it? Yes. Alright. Let's go. We'll get aboard Ragnarok. Let's do the final briefing in there. Always wanted to ride that thing. Plus the name sounds so cool. So yeah, a lot of briefing. Then I think we're automatically aboard Ragnarok. We don't have to teleport all the way back there. Yep. Alright. Everyone. From here we go straight to our final target, Ultimecia. Let's go over the plan again. First enter Lunatic Pandora and rescue alone. Yep. Next, you fight Sorceress Adele. It will be a surprise attack, show no mercy. Now here comes the tricky part. Adele will need to pass on her powers before being defeated. Renoa will be as willing to accept them. Yes! Good. Next, we wait for Sorceress Ultimecia to possess Renoa. This will be hard on you, Renoa, but will you do it? Yes. That's the spirit. Then Alone sends Renoa and Ultimecia to the past. Alone brings back Renoa. Then head to the future through compressed time. Ultimecia lives far in the future where none of us can technically exist. There is only one way to make yourself exist in a world like that. As friends, don't forget one another. As friends, believe in one another. Believe in your friend's existence, and they'll also believe in yours. To be friends, to like one another, and to love one another. You can't do these things alone. You need somebody. Right, guys? What place reminds you of your friends? Imagine being in that place with all of your friends. Once time compression begins, think of that place and try to get there. That's all. That place will welcome you and be able to get there no matter what period you're in. You need love and friendship for this mission and the courage to believe it. It's all about love, friendship, and courage. I'm counting on you guys. Love and friendship and all that sounds corny, but everyone seems up for it. You think you'll succeed? We'll try. So ultimately, and of course, his leg cramps. Alright. But we're not quite ready to do all that yet. Because now, we're going to... Oh, I did not want to do the Esther Air Station. Sorry. Sorry, I did not want to do the Esther Air Station. Get me back. Get me back on Ragnarok. There's one more thing I want to do before I end this video, because after this, before we start heading back to Lunatic Pandora to rescue Alone, we're about to start our last flurry of side quests. Get our last bit of Guardian Forces, finish up everything before we finish up the main story. But we're going to stay here first because there's something I want to take care of first. And alright, so let's use this party. That'll work. Let's Junction Exchange, Quistis, then Manoa. But we'll go back on the Ragnarok. And there's one more thing I want to do. There's one more thing I can do. And we need to head back to the, we'll need to head back down to, Laguna. For one thing. Once we're done with that, then we'll start the side. We'll end the video and start our last flurry of side quests. You know some rules. We don't work on any of those favorite Lunar's rules. Challenge him to cards. He has another rare card. At least there is no. At least there is no. Random rules, so that's not bad. Of course, the same thing we'll always do. Make sure we have give it 3 shots on screen, and if it doesn't work, then we'll of course I lost my Irvin card, but that's okay. I'll get it back from him. But he has the Squall card. And I'll explain a story about this thing with Squall and all that kind of stuff. Big theory that we have. But when I get back, I'll have the Squall card. I'll show you off the Squall card in my inventory. When we come back, we're going to start the last flurry of side quest. And then before heading back to the main story. So when we come back, we'll start the next side quest. So have a good day. I'll see y'all next time on Let's Play Final Fantasy VIII. This is DKS3 of the Crazy Gamer, signing out.